Anton, this season, a peculiar season, let's face it. How do you look back on it? It's not quite over, but up till now.
Yeah, I should say it's been hectic again. A lot of up and downs. Yeah, but I would say that if we now end in a good way, yeah, it's okay. But of course, we wanted more when we started the season.
Football's a team sport, but sometimes a team can have a difficult season, but an individual can have a really good season. Is that the case with you? How do you feel?
No, not really. Actually, I would say it is an average season for me. Of course, I wanted to contribute more than I did, but I did what I could, and I tried to stay positive through the hard times again. And yeah, every day I tried to make my teammates better and get better myself and develop every single day. But yeah, let's face it, it's been a difficult season. So yeah.
For you personally, is this your best season in the three that you've had at Ajax?
No, it was last season.
Last season?
Yeah.
Why last season?
No, just the vibe. I felt very confident when I was playing. Yeah, and I don't want to focus on the past, but if I have to choose, it must be last season. But when that's said, I still feel like I've developed a lot in training, in games. Even though I didn't contribute so much as I wanted, then I still feel like in the small details I've improved again and become more mature on the pitch and also outside the pitch, which is really important for me as a person also.
That was the next question, actually, to compare yourself with the young kid, 20 years old, that walked here through the door at Ajax. You said you've improved in many areas. Can you name one or two things that you feel specifically you've improved a lot?
No, just in general, especially mentally. That's a thing I would focus on. When I came, the agreement was that I didn't have to play so much in the beginning and go like this in the team, but then some things happened and I played a lot. But I believe that happened for a reason, and I wouldn't be without that now, even though it was really difficult. And then I must say I've improved a lot mentally on these 3 years, but also on the pitch I feel like I've become stronger, faster, better defensively, even though I can still improve, I know. But yeah, delivered some good goals and assists. So yeah, I'm happy, but I always want more. So. Yeah.
You said last year maybe was your best season. I think in each season here you've played very good games.
Yeah.
You've played also some games where you received some criticism. If you look at the good games that you've played, it's often have been big games against big opponents. I remember PSV this year, last year. I remember Inter Milan and some other games like that. What brings out the best in you?
No, I think you're right in that. Of course, every footballer plays less good games, and that's the same with me. Every game is not perfect, and I accept the criticism I get. When that's said, then
is it easy to accept the criticism, or is that part of?
It's part of football, unfortunately. But I feel like now I'm much better at ruling it out. Don't listen to it, than I was when I came. But when that's said, I feel like that has nothing to do with football. Fans should support you through hard times. Even though you're Ajax and have to win every game, then even though it's difficult times, fans should support, and that's how I believe it should be. But sometimes, unfortunately, it's not like this. So, but yeah, as you said, in the big games, I feel like there's more space also, and that's in favor for me. And yeah, I think maybe that's why I have more space. I can show my qualities more, and against, let's say, less good teams, then they maybe go down and go on counter-attacks. So I don't know, it can also be tactically, but it's a good question.
One of your coaches, you're talking about the space and running and intensity, and I think that's one of your specialties.
Yeah.
One of your coaches actually said, we looked at Anton's data and it's like Premier League, it's unbelievable, it's way above the rest of the players. that fitness, that intensity that you have, the ability to sprint, is that something that comes to you naturally? Do you work on it hard? Do you do extra work? How does that come to you?
I always trained hard and wanted more, and I'm not satisfied when I do well. I always want to do more, and I think that's the same. And when I have vacation, I feel like I say to myself, okay, now we can take 2 or 3 days in a row of resting, but then after one day I'm bored and I want to do something. So, but yeah, also I think it's because I was maybe not the best player in my team always, but I always worked so hard and always wanted to do extra and always. And then of course it's also how I'm built. I think I can run a lot of high speed running in games, and that's my main quality running wise. And of course I train that also. It's about keeping the fitness also when you are off on vacation.
You do extra work during the week and on vacation?
Yeah, also during the season I do extra running and extra gym and stuff like that. So yeah.
Where do you do the extra running? You just go to Amsterdamse Bos here?
No,
or
after training mostly.
Here.
Like extra runs on the pitch after training mostly. And then sometimes on days off I go for a little run, but just to keep the mood and get my steps in, even though I'm off.
So people in Vondelpark or Amsterdamse Bos, they might run into Anton Gaai doing some extra work.
I've been recognized a few times, and then it's difficult to stop and take pictures. But it's nice also sometimes to that people want that, but not every time. So I also like to be private sometimes.
Of course. We were watching the goals, and I noticed that you said, this is something that I always train with my brother. Yeah. Is that something from the past, or do you still now and then?
It's mostly in the past, of course, because he's not here, he's not living here. But I always, when I was younger, I always enjoyed so much to go on the pitches and shoot and make crosses and passes and stuff with him, but also my friends and my brother's friends and stuff. So it was a very good time, and I miss it a lot. But I believe that's what made me show this on the pitch also.
Is he able to visit regularly?
Yeah, he is. He also lived with me my first year here, and comes quite often to support me, and yeah, he's the most important person for me. Yeah. So.
I want to go back to the fitness, because you could be an example for the rest of the team. The other day, probably you heard it as well, the coach said the team is not as fit as I think they should and could be. So what we did was look at the results of Ajax, and we make a standing, the first 60 minutes of all games this season and the last 30. The first 60 minutes, Ajax would be second in the league and still be fighting for the title. Yeah. And the last 30 minutes, Ajax would be the number 12 in the league. Okay. Does that shock you?
Yeah, I didn't know that actually. That's quite interesting to look at also. But with that said, I don't know. I'm not the physical coach or anything, so I'm not going to go in details with that. But
is it a fitness issue? Do you notice sometimes there's fatigue the second half? Oh, because it can be other things as well. Can be changed tactics? I
don't know, to be sure. To be honest, but I just have the feeling that every time in the second half we don't come out that strong. But I don't know if it's tactical or if it's physically. I don't know. But yeah, I don't know how we find out. Good question.
Okay. I saw the interview with my colleague Hans, who's an ex-player. He knows a lot, you know. Yes. And he's a lot older than he looks like as well, so he's quite wise. He said, I think you would be an ideal player for a 3-4-3 or a 5-3-2 system. I was wondering, because you play for Young Denmark, and sometimes in games they play that kind of system, don't they? Have you ever played that sort of system in Young Denmark or wherever?
I don't think we played it in Denmark actually.
No? Okay.
Maybe I forget some games, but we play more 4-3-3, where the coach used me in my strength, of course. But in Viborg, actually, my old club, I played it a few games, but I would say I can play both. Like, of course, I have my qualities offensively, but I don't think I'm a bad right back also. So.
Of course.
But I don't know. It's a good question again.
You'd have to find out at some point.
We also, actually last season, we also played it a little bit, where Fayoli used me as a wingback. So yeah. But yeah.
And did you feel comfortable?
Yeah, it was just for a few games, because Ajax DNA is of course 4-3-3, But yeah, I think we won the game if I don't remember wrong. But yeah.
Ambitions, the Danish national team.
Yeah.
Do you want to be a starter in a few years? Where do you put the bar?
Yeah, of course I won't, but it's not my choice. So hopefully I'm gonna aim for to go there when I can. Unfortunately now Denmark doesn't go to the World Cup, but we have I think training games in start of June. So hopefully I'm gonna go. But again, it's not my choice. I have to show it here. So.
You said I can improve defensively, and I can improve in other areas. You talked to us about how hard you work to improve, that you really want to do that. If we look into the crystal ball 3 years from now, are you like a Trent Alexander-Arnold? Are you a Jules Koundé? You don't have to blind rank. Are you a Hakimi? Are you a Timber? You know, what kind of player? What would be closest to what you think?
No, it's no surprise that my biggest idol is Trent, and I just like him a lot. But also Hakimi, but I'm not gonna compare myself to them because they are.
You're modest.
They are the next level. So next level. So yeah, of course, Koundé and Timber I also like very much, but they are maybe better defensively. But then you have other things also. So, but I like them so much. All of them you just mentioned.
Yeah. One final question: when you came to Ajax, I must admit I hadn't heard of you yet. So I went to Y-Scout. I started looking up all the footage, and I noticed one thing: your throw-ins. You were able to do throw-ins.
Yeah.
Right up to the penalty spot.
Quite far, yeah.
Quite far. But so I'm thinking that's a weapon. You've never done it in Ajax.
No, lately we started to train it a little bit in training, but it's not every time going all the way to the penalty spot. That's why maybe.
That's why, because you haven't trained it in the past few years.
But I think I could, if we need to hunt a goal or something, I could put it quite a far way in there, but maybe not to the penalty spot maybe. But let's see if I'm going to use it in the next few games.
2 more games, huh?
Yeah.
So can you promise me you'll do one into the box?
If we have to hunt something, then I will not rule it out.